Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video on my channel. Oh, sounds so good. Hope everyone's having a great day today, because I am having an amazing day. The bike has felt really good recently. I have put about 1,000 miles on this thing so far, so I've been having a blast riding this thing around. Zero regrets, still just a ton of fun. Okay, so yeah, I'm graduating high school, so I was thinking like what I want to do next, what's next up on the list. Do I want to go back to school? And it's never been in my plan, or I've never wanted to go to college or any of that. But I have recently been looking into maybe a flight school. Like becoming an airline pilot, I think could be really cool. Like, I've always thought flying is really cool, but I never thought I could do it because I am colorblind. But after some further research, it's only certain types of colorblindness, and it just depends. There's this medical exam you take, and it just depends on your type of colorblindness. So I'd be interested to take the medical exam and see if it's even possible. But I think being a pilot could be really, really cool. Could be something fun to try. And yeah, so I think I'd rather do that than normal college, but I don't know. I still don't really want to go to a college. That's not on my list of things I've wanted to do, but there's definitely a social aspect and everything to college. I just don't know if it's for me. I don't know if I like the college part of college. I like the social part of college, but I don't like the college part of college. So I was doing some talking to Tristan. He thinks I should do some sort of college. Community even would be, there's definitely a huge social aspect to college, and I get it, but I don't know. Never been a big fan of school, never even thought about going to college, but I think being an airline pilot could be really cool. This bike is so fun. Being an airline pilot though, it takes about 2 years, so it would be about the same as school. So basically you spend the first 12 weeks getting your private license, your private PP something, I think it's the PPL, private pilot's license. So you spend a couple months getting that, and then you get your instrument rating, and then there's a whole line of stuff you gotta get, but it takes a couple years to get all the training and stuff for it. So, but I think that could be a ton of fun. I've always loved airplanes, and I've never been scared of them or anything. So I think that could be something super fun that I could do. We're going to pick up a pair of shoes. I need a new pair of shoes. I think I'm gonna get the Nike Blazers. The Nike Blazers have always been of interest to me. Very common shoe, so we're going to pick up a pair of those at the mall. This is I don't know that I've ever been to the mall alone. This is gonna be weird. So in a couple days, I'm gonna be going up to St. John's. It's like a 3.5 hour ride on this bike, or 3 hours, 40 minutes. It's a long ride, so I'm gonna be doing it on the ZX10. I hope I'll be comfortable enough to do it. It's gonna be quite the ride, that's for sure, but I think I'm gonna have some fun doing it. I did a ride to Payson, and Payson is about 1 hour 20, and on the way back, so it was probably about 2 hours into the ride, everything started to cramp up. So I think the last hour of the ride will be the most miserable part, but I'm hoping I'll have some fun doing it. I think I'll record it too. I love the quick shifter on this bike. The more and more I've used it, it's very helpful. As fun as pulling in a clutch is, it's just it's more fun to just row through every gear without having to touch the clutch. I can't lie, it is pretty fun. But then you still use clutch on when you stop and stuff. This bike's been absolutely amazing. It's been perfectly reliable. I need to just make sure before I go on my trip, the really only thing I need to check on this bike is the tire pressures, and make sure all the fluids are good. And then I have a 3 hour 40-minute trip to St. John's I'm gonna be doing. I don't know, it's gonna be a fun ride though. There's a canyon on the way. It's just gonna be a super fun ride. I've also recently gotten some new clothes and stuff, so I feel like a different person. New bike, new clothes, new haircut, new me. I also hope this new camera setup's working. With my old camera setup, you could only hear me out of the left side. So my old camera setup was really, really bad. I hope this one's better. This is a different mic on a different camera. Actually, the Ace Pro. The Ace Pro is way better than the GoPro, I can tell you that much. So the only things I'm thinking about doing to this bike are replacing the mirrors. I found ones that are like a little flip up and it's like a wing, it's like a downforce wing like they put on like the H2 and the H2R. Or actually no, I don't think they put it on the normal H2, I think they just put it on the H2R. It looks like that wing, but it basically turns up and it's also a mirror. So I've been thinking of picking that up, but most of the ones I've seen are very expensive, so wait on that for a little while. These mirrors are really good though, in terms of being an actual mirror. Like they are very, 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 very visible. I almost said visible. This bike runs pretty dang hot though sometimes. And we're starting to get up into like the hundreds. And I think actually the day I leave to go back up to St. John's, it's gonna be like 111, 109, somewhere around there. So that's definitely not gonna be fun. Now I gotta say the one thing about this bike is if you don't have great throttle control, I don't know if this is the bike for you. your hand has to be very controlled, if that's the right word for it. When I was doing DoorDash one time, I had to pick up 2 orders from here, and I had no clue what I was doing. So I literally walked around the mall for like 10 minutes trying to pick up just like 2 orders that were crazy separate. Whew. All right, I'll be back in just a second with the shoes. We are back. I don't know if you guys can see in the camera, but there is a giant cord mess. What is this? I don't know if you guys can see it or not. That's crazy. Anyways, let's get back on the road. I found shoes after 3 stores and some effort. These things are really nice. They are the Nike Blazers. They are 77, I think is what they call them. I don't know. It's always weird shifting with a new shoe on. I'll get used to it. It is getting way, 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 way hot. I left like a couple hours ago, and then it has started to warm up very, very, very quickly. And it is super hot right now, so I can't wait to get home already. It's hot out here. During the summer here, I'm wearing no sleeves. It's not the most protective thing, but better than having a heat stroke. And also, my arms are getting tanned, so I need to flip them and ride like this for a minute, just so the other side can tan too. That's a cool colorway. I actually like that. Oh, that exhaust sounds so good. I hate recording on the highway because I can't tell how good you guys can hear me. That's my least favorite part about doing these kinds of videos, is I'm just recording and then I pull it out, and if the audio is messed up, then the video was a scrap. I try not to talk too much on the highways, and especially because I'm just focusing. The bike is warm, very, very warm. I'm excited to do track days. I recently picked up a leather suit, like a full leather suit, boots, gloves.